All right, you guys. Tonight is what? September, what is it? 19th? 18th? 18th? And this is our On Fire Empire team call. We're so excited you guys are here tonight. We're going to be talking about setting goals. We are coming into the fourth quarter of the year. And while we have already accomplished really huge goals for our team and individually the first first three quarters of this year, we want to make sure that we end the year with as much steam as we started. The other night on our diamond call, so our girls on the team that are diamond and above, we had a call last week and we talked about setting big scary goals and how sometimes we're taught to play it safe, and we'll talk about this later, and set goals that you can reach so you don't disappoint yourself down the road. And all I can say is the reason we are here today where we are, a 5-star elite team, about to go double elite, triple elite, we've got huge goals, is because we set some really flipping scary goals that we didn't know if we were going to meet or not. But if we would have set them short, we would not be where we are. Failing big. Yep, that is what we started our very first team call with this year, was failing big. I'm pretty sure we've done that. So we are going to talk about setting goals. We actually have a little PowerPoint-ish. Okay, hold on. I don't like that because I cannot see you guys. Okay, can y'all see the PDF? I know it's looking funky because you can see the rest of my screen too, but this will make it easier for us to share in the team later. But I just kind of touched base on this. Somebody is messaging. What is this? Do y'all hear that on my computer? I don't know how to make it stop. Hold on. Somebody's like calling me through Facebook Messenger. That's strange. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Let me see if I can get back to where we were. Leslie, please stop laughing at me. No, that's not where we were. Hold on. Hey team, welcome to our team call. I'm just kidding. Let me find the thing again. Just a second.
As you can tell, being a CEO is very serious business.
It's very serious business.
And we're really good at what we do. Very
Y'all, where did it go? There it is. Okay. Somebody really random was like wanting to video message me on Facebook. I'm that popular. Okay, I think I've got it back now though. Okay. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, so talking about dreaming big, you guys. Dreams say, I want. So I want you to write this sentence down. I want blank. Oh yeah, you need pens and paper for this call tonight. All right, we're taking action tonight. I want blank. And in that blank, I want you to think about what you want for your life, what you want for your business, what you want for your family, but without thinking of anyone else but you, okay? And I know hearing that is like, oh my gosh, but I can't do that. Just do it. Just for this exercise, you guys. Think about no one else but you and what you would want. Not what your parents expect you to do, not what your husband expects you to do, not maybe what you think your kids are looking for you to do. No one else but you. If nothing could stop you and you had no fear, what would be in that blank? If you could achieve anything, everything you have dreamed of, what would you put in that blank? If time and money were obstacles, and if you were blessed to do anything you wanted to do in your life, what would be in that blank? I want, maybe there's a lot of things you want, and that's great. You should have a lot of dreams, okay? Maybe you need to write this sentence down multiple times for life in general, multiple times for business. And when you start writing them down, what you're gonna find is that they intertwine. You can't separate your life from your business, right? Because hopefully they're going together. So many times I hear people say, and not just with Beachbody and coaching, but so many times I hear people say, I need to put my home life on the back burner right now because I've got like this big project I'm working on at work. Or work is just, I can't deal with it right now because I'm dealing with something really, really hard at home. And I get it, and I get that feeling, but you guys, they're one and the same. If you put one on the back burner, you better believe that other one's about to go on the back burner too. So you got to work on them together. All right. So I want you to think about, what is it that you want? Has everybody written at least one thing down? Awesome. Okay. So this is something I talked about earlier, but we tend to surrender our dreams and to phrases that want to put it in this little box. They want to keep you safe, right? Like, oh, don't get your hopes up. You're just going to be disappointed if you don't hit it. Has anybody ever been told that? Maybe by a loving grandparent. Grandparents tend to be, I don't know if it's that generation or what, maybe a parent, maybe a spouse. Don't get your hopes up. I don't want you to be disappointed. And maybe they say it loving, obviously. Like, I don't want to see my kids disappointed either. But at the same time, I'm learning not to say things like this, right? Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Anybody heard that one? Particularly about this business? Yeah. Dreaming big. Oh, well, I'd rather expect the worst and then be surprised. Has anyone said that one? I have. I know I have. Long before even Beachbody came into my life. I want to expect the worst so that I can be surprised. There's no point in thinking about it because it will never happen for me. Guilty. The other day, somebody was talking about the top 10 trip, and I was like, nah, I don't have to listen to that. It's never going to happen to me. And I was like, what did I just tell myself? So maybe that might not be my goal, but why not me? Why not? Like, already putting that disclaimer on a dream or a vision, right? I'm no pessimist. I'm a realist. Anybody say that? Well, I'm an optimist, but I've come to discover that I also am a little bit of a realist too. But so I want you to see these phrases, and I want you to take them out of this vocabulary. Take them away from this goal building, dream building topic that we have going on tonight. All right. Because those are all lies that we are telling ourselves. You guys, these are excuses. And it's hard to wrap our mind around it sometimes because we have heard these things over and over and over, whatever it's about, whether it was high school sports or, you know, something you went through in college, whatever it is, and it's going to feed over into this. So we have to lay those to rest, all right? We're going to move on to vision, all right? So we talked about dreams, right? Dream says, I want, okay? Your vision says, I am. So this is what you need to write down now. In blank, so in a certain time frame, I am blank. What are you doing? Okay? So what do you want to accomplish with this business? Is it bringing you home from a career that is not bringing you passion and joy, that is sucking time away from your life? Is it providing extra income? You love your job, but you want this to provide some extra income so that you can take your family on that Disney dream vacation you've always talked about? Is it maybe in 3 years you are sitting on the back porch of your beach house because you really want to live on the beach? What is it? And what are you going to accomplish with this business? How long is it going to take you to get there? And this is another one. You're going to have multiple vision statements, okay? So where do you see yourself at the end of 2018? Where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself in 3 years, 5 years? I want you to have visions with each of those time frames. Are you still doing what you're doing now? There's nothing wrong with doing what you're doing now. 1, if you love it. And 2, if it's continuing to challenge you and push you to be the best version of you every day. All right? I don't want you to feel like you have to be doing something different. But at the same time, maybe there's aspects of your day that are going to be different. Okay? Something that a lot of us have talked about struggling with is wanting more. Okay. And this is something that a hurdle I continue to have to overcome and tell myself that wanting more is okay, and that it's healthy, and that it doesn't take away from the amazing things I have right now. And in fact, I post about it a lot. In my head, I'm thinking, I haven't written about it in a long time. I need to post about it. But thinking about, am I still doing what I'm doing now? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before I was coaching, I would have said, I don't want anything to be different. I'm so blessed. I have the most amazing family. I get to stay at home with my kids. Like, yes, I will be doing the exact same thing in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years. Because I felt like if I wanted something different, if I wanted something more, it was taking away from everything I already had. But what I've learned is that is okay, and it is healthy for us to continually want something more and something better while still being very thankful for where we're at right now. So I want you guys to remember that, because I have a feeling I'm not the only one that struggles with that. All right. How does your family, your faith, your finances, your health, and well-being fit into all of this? How does it fit into these vision statements, into your big overall vision? As Beachbody coaches, pretty sure that should be kind of like the theme to all of this, right? So everyone have at least one vision statement. Maybe what are we in September? So in 4 months, maybe make that into the quarter vision. In 4 months, what are you doing? What are you doing with your day? Where are you in your business? What is that? Moving on to a mission statement. So your mission has anybody, and I can't see everybody, and I can't see the chat either, but I can pull it up, I guess. Has anybody ever written a personal mission statement? Anybody? Or maybe a family mission statement? I know with several of our small group studies we've done, we've talked about writing family mission statements. Never sat down and done one. But you guys, this is really, really important, okay? Because your mission statement says, I exist to, okay? So write this down. I exist to blank. And in conjunction, my business exists to blank. So this mission statement should be short and simple and clear. It doesn't have to be this long story. And it doesn't have to use big fancy words, you guys. Okay? When you read it, you should know immediately what you are about and what your business is about. So you need to have a mission statement for your life, for your business, for your family. And I'm willing to bet they're all going to tie together. Okay. I love this quote. A mission statement turns a light bulb into a laser. When you know what you are here for, that light that you have, with that goal and with those visions becomes a laser. You're going to become laser focused because now you know why you are doing this, what you are here for. Has everybody written down the mission statement sentence? All right, moving on to why. You talk about having a why a lot, and it's because it's super, super important. And so many times you have to revisit your why to keep you going. Because you guys, this business is not for the faint of heart at all. And it's not easy. It's simple. The things that we get to do every day, they're simple. But we've got to have some hard skin. We've got to get through some, some different things that you wouldn't necessarily have to face in a typical 8-to-5 job, right? And when those days come and when we're feeling completely defeated and wondering what we're doing and if this is for us, you have to go back and revisit your why. Without a powerful why, those dreams that we talked about in the beginning, they never even have the chance of leaving the ground, right? You never give them the chance of becoming part of your life if you don't remember why you're doing it. Okay, your why affects your how. There's a quote, and I wish we would have put it on here, but if your why is strong enough, then the how becomes easy, right? And kind of what I just talked about, like you guys, this business is simple, and it becomes easy when you know why you're doing it. Okay, when you know your why, you can endure any how. So defining your why. If you guys have not sat down and done this, I want you to do this, okay? So why does this matter to you? Why does this goal matter to you? Why does this business matter to you? Why does your mission statement matter to you? Why now? Why this business? Why this change? A lot of you guys recently have said, you know what? This business is sitting here for a reason. I need to do something with it. Why change now? Why go from enjoying the discount to really trying to make something about it? And I don't say that to be mean at all. I say it so that you dig a little bit deeper, all right? And you figure out why you are doing this. And most importantly, you guys, what excites you about this? Because if you don't know what excites you, what motivates you, what pushes you to do the things every day, you're going to become stagnant, and you're going to become somebody who resents this business. You're going to find all the flaws in it. And those dreams you talked about, you better believe they're not going anywhere. All right? You got to figure out what excites you. So I want you to define your why. And this, like I said, this is something you're going to have to go back and revisit because it's going to change as we go through different seasons of life. All right? When I started as a coach, I was a mom of 2 21-month-old and a 2-month-old. And now I'm a mom of 3. We've got, a school-aged and a preschool and a baby. And then we freaking add a puppy to the mess. Like my season of life is a little bit different. And so I have to revisit my why because days are really, really hard sometimes. And I don't want to do it. So make sure you have a defined why. Okay. All right. Logan is going to talk to us about what goes into planning our goals. Okay. We talked about our dreams and our vision, writing a mission statement, having why power. We've got all that. Hopefully you've written those down. If not, don't worry. I'm going to share this PDF in the team page. But you guys, a dream is just a dream. And a goal, a dream is just, I think that's a typo. Anyway, if you don't have a plan, a goal is just a dream. All right. So now here is the plan. Here are your action steps to creating these big goals for the end of the year, for next year, for 5 years from now. All right. So don't put up your pens and paper. Step 1, you guys.
Okay. So step 1, these are going to be your power goals. These are going to be the bigger goals, the kind of like make you want to puke goals. And I make it a purpose to set goals monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And then I'm constantly like taking a step back and reflecting on like how I did like the previous month or the previous quarter or the previous year, so that I can kind of gauge, look at the activity that I've done and gauge, where we're going from here. Your goals are specific and they're measurable. Like they are like a set like period of time. And I want you guys to get used to making scary goals, okay? Setting a goal of emerald in 2 months or whatever or a goal of emerald by the end of the year is just not going to get your business anywhere. Even setting a goal of diamond by the end of the year is like, you need to be dreaming bigger, because diamond is 12 people. I guarantee every single one of you know 12 people in your life that need to get healthy and fit. And I feel like we put so much like sparkle on it that it seems like this really big, scary thing, but it's not. It just requires, and I'm gonna break it down like more, but it just requires some small, simple action that you do on a daily basis to get you to, this first goal. So setting those power goals, like for the month, like I'm going to hit, Success Club, whatever. I'm going to bring this many new coaches to my team. I'm going to help this many of my coaches go emerald, and so on and so forth. And setting your goals, a little bit bigger, based on the time frame, like what you can accomplish in a month, what you're going to accomplish in the next quarter, what you're going to be accomplishing like by the end of the year. Then you want to kind of reverse engineer how you're going to achieve those goals. So when you say like you have an end of the year goal to be a 1-star diamond so that you can qualify, and your goals do not have to be based on rank at all. Like you can base goals on income. Like my big goal, for the year was, obviously I wanted us to become an elite team. But when I sat down with my husband at the end of last year and we were kind of looking at what I was bringing in, at the end of the year, he said, okay, you're making like this much a month. So I think that we should double that for, what you should be making by the end of next year. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, that's a lot of pressure on me. Like, geez, double like what I'm making, in the year. I don't get that when I work as a nurse. I get like what, $1 an hour, like raise for in a year or something like minuscule, not doubling my income. But I was like, okay, this is what my goal is going to be. And then I sit down and I start breaking it down into smaller goals, kind of figuring out, how many coaches I need to be adding, how many, new people I need to be bringing into my tribe a month. And I hit my end of the year financial goal for what I was making in a month in like May rather than December, because I set that big scary goal and I knew that I was going to need, I wasn't going to hit that goal if I all of a sudden like got my tail into gear in November. It's not going to happen. I have to start it in January in order to hit that December goal. So setting micro goals, these are going to be smaller tasks that you do on a weekly basis with consistency in order to accomplish your larger goal. And the only thing that I can tell you guys, for, when people ask about like success in the business or anything, the only thing that I can preach over and over, the only superpower that I have, yes, I've been in the infomercial and I've never sold a challenge pack because of it. My only superpower is that I am consistent. And I've been in the business for 3 years. Do you have to have been in the business for 3 years to get to be like a 5-star elite making certain much money? No, because I just spoke on a team call last night for a coach that's been a coach for 9 months, and she's a 6-star. And she's been coaching for 9 months. So you just have to increase the amount of effort that you're putting and be consistent. Do the things daily. Do the things and show up even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. I was just talking to one of you guys about this today. Like, when you are feeling that kind of resistance and life is getting you down, don't pull away. You have to lean in, because that is when you need us the most. Do you think I felt like it was going to be impossible to continue to build a health and fitness business when I was on bed rest for 4 months last year? Yeah, it felt pretty dang impossible. But I did it. I kept showing up every single day on days that I didn't want to. And a lot of the times I won't say that it was the thing that got me out of bed in the morning because I couldn't get out of bed, but it was the thing that kept the light going, you know? And it's what set me up for the success that we've had this year as a team. So, dreams and vision and missions and goals are all incredibly important, vital pieces of this business. But you do not achieve any of them until you start taking action. And, you know, it's obviously going to depend on every person's individual goal, because everyone's going to come in here with different goals, wanting to work a different amount of hours, wanting to earn, you know, different amount of income, because that is the beauty of this business. You get to design like what you want to, you get to design what you want to get out of it. You know, if you want to bring in a 6-figure income, or if you want to just have extra fun money for vacations or whatever it is that you want, like, that's totally up to you. You just have to decide that you're going to match with effort the size of your goals and your dreams. And I want to encourage you guys to dream freaking big, because this opportunity can absolutely transform every piece of your life, your health, your relationships, everything. It was, and I was totally, like, when I was a younger baby coach sitting on that side of the screen, I'm not going to lie, like, I totally thought the vision stuff was like foo-foo. It's like, that's great. Like, you know, I'm just getting my money that I'm spending at Target right now, and it's cool. You know, I'm covering my shakes. And it wasn't until I was on a mastermind with a mentor that's in our upline, and she asked me, like, directly through the screen, like, Logan, and I was like, oh gosh, like, okay, I'm talking on this now. It just gave me anxiety. Okay. She said, Logan, what are the 2 like biggest stressors in your life and like on your marriage right now? Okay, can you ask Daddy for some Tylenol? Mommy's on a roll here. Go ask Daddy. I'm almost done. Oh my gosh. Okay. She asked me what the 2 like biggest stressors like in my life and in my marriage were. And let me just tell you, it is not comfortable when someone asks you point blank, like, what are the 2 like biggest things that are just like hanging you up in life right now? And I was like, okay, I guess they are debt, something that we, you know, it's something that makes me uncomfortable to talk about. Like, money wise, like it's just not something that's comfy for me to talk about. And at that time we still had a bunch of money in student loans and we had some credit cards and stuff. And then the other thing that I would say put stress on us was the amount of time that Levi had to be gone because of farming. And she just like smiled this big, like shit-eating grin at me. I'm sorry if your kids are right there. And I was like, lady, I'm telling you like the things that are hard for me right now. And you're just like cheesing it up at me. Like, thanks. And she's like, no, this is really, really good, because both of these things are things that we can accomplish and take off of your plate with Beachbody. Like, the coaching opportunity is something that's going to relieve the stress from you. Do you see that? And I was like, okay. And she said, okay. So taking like those two things off the table, like Haley talked about at the beginning of the call, when you remove the time and the time constraints and money and everything, visualize what your absolutely perfect day looks like. If you could be anywhere with anybody doing anything, what does that day look like for you? And I said, okay, my perfect day is like a summer weekday evening, and it's probably like 7-ish, kind of dusky outside. We have a new house that has a big yard and a pool, and the kids are playing in the pool, and we've got like family and cousins and stuff over, and we're barbecuing. A bunch of you guys are probably there too. And like the kids are playing together, and Levi's there like on the barbecue, and it's just relaxed, and it's the way a summer evening like should be, but one that you don't get when you're a farming family. And like, I'm not stressed about getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. Like, Levi's actually there because he's not out having to like check circles or anything. And I've held on to that vision, you know, for these past couple years as I've continued to build my business. And whenever the things, you know, I have a hard day or whatever, like I just go back and I remember that vision. Like Haley said, like, I didn't come into this business in great financial peril. Like, I don't have a Lindsay Matway story where she was a broke bartender whose house got foreclosed on and they had to hide their cars around the block or they were going to get repossessed. And she literally like had to work her way, you know, up, and she worked her way up to the top of the company. Like, I don't necessarily have that kind of story of, you know, I had to dig my family out of this like huge financial peril. We were fine financially, but it got me like, once I thought we were fine, but once I got surrounded by this community and the company and I saw the potential that was there, I didn't want to settle for fine anymore. I don't want to just live a fine life or an okay life. I want to live an absolutely mind-blowing life that just like blows my socks off. And I want to be with my kids, and I want my husband to be there, you know, experiencing them all growing up, rather than having to be gone from us so much because of what he has to do for work. And like Haley said, for a long time, I felt guilty for wanting more because we already had a good life. But I was never going to achieve that vision of that perfect day by continuing to work as a nurse. And farming, as several of you know, is just a straight up freaking gamble. And you don't know if a hailstorm is going to come through one day and ruin your whole year's worth of crops. So I knew then that Beachbody was going to be the ticket to give myself and my family an absolutely extraordinary life. And that vision, that like burning feeling, makes it really freaking easy to get up in the morning and do a workout and drink a shake and read a book and invite people to come along with me. When you have that deep burning desire for what you're creating for your life, and it's already unfolding. It's already brought me home from working at the hospital. You know, it's unfolding in layers. I paid off my student loans, so that debt is like off of our table. So I just want you guys to know that it's possible and that you can do it. Just freaking believe in yourself. Like, we all believe in you, and we're here to pour into you, and we're here to pick you up and like pave the way and show you what's possible. But it's up to you to do the little daily things every day with consistency, because that is going to get you from where you are to your extraordinary life that's waiting for you. Okay?
I was going to add here, Logan, I don't know if you guys can see it at the bottom, but it says stop anticipating the sacrifice and start anticipating the reward. So many times, you guys, when you do branch out and make big, scary goals, the first thing we start thinking about is, oh, shoot, I'm going to have to wake up 30 minutes earlier. I'm not going to be able to go to lunch with my friends because I'm going to sit and work, or, oh, I might have to cut out my TV show that I like to watch, or I'll just have to TiVo it. You start thinking about all these sacrifices that you're going to have to make, and you anticipate those instead of anticipating what you're going to feel like when you accomplish the goal. And what I love about hearing Logan's vision, and I've heard it so many times and it still gives me chills because it changes a little bit every time, but you can totally resonate with her and feel how she is feeling when she reaches that goal, right? So I want you guys, forget about the sacrifices. When you are setting these goals, don't anticipate the sacrifices. Start anticipating the reward and how you're going to feel when that goal is accomplished. And you guys, if it doesn't excite you, throw it out. Focus on another goal. You have to focus on goals that excite you. The very first thing here says make the goal yours. Doesn't have to be what my goal is. Doesn't have to be what Logan's or Leslie's or anybody else's on here. I don't want you to ever feel like what your goal is or what motivates you with this business or what makes you get up and do the things you need to do is wrong, or that your heart's in the wrong place, or that maybe that's not what you should be doing it for, because that's wrong, right? We get to run this business our own way. We get to be in it for the reasons we want to be in it. As long as we know our motivation behind it, make the goal yours. And if it doesn't excite you, don't go after it. Find a goal that excites you. All right? So, sorry, got off my soapbox now, Logan.
I mean, like, yeah, this quote is perfect, and I just love me some Elle Woods. But when you're excited about something, your brain releases endorphins, and it helps like reinforce that behavior. And like Haley said, like, we're all different people. We're all motivated by a little bit different things. So figure out what it is that motivates you. If you're motivated by rank or recognition or seeing your name in shiny lights, or if you're motivated by income and paying certain things off, or if you're motivated by being around, our community, like, everybody's going to have different motivations and different reasons, but whatever it is, like, none of them are bad at all, because as long as you can tap into the one that really hits home for you, that is what is going to propel you forward and bring you massive success in this business. When you guys go to Summit and you see those top coaches standing on the stage, and you see those coaches that have earned over $1 million in this business, not one single coach looks like the other. And there are so many coaches that you look at and you think, holy smokes, like, they just look like a normal, regular person, because they are. They're just like us. They're just like us. And it was that moment at my first summit that made me say, well, if they can do it, why not me? Why not every single one of you? You guys cannot hold back this blessing from other people. You guys, some of you are brand new on here, and you might not know all the ways that coaching can really bless your life yet. But I made so much more. Like, I made so much that like turned me into a better person before my income actually caught up to the work that I was doing. Does that make sense? You guys, I was a lonely stay-at-home mom / nurse who craved the kind of female friendships that I have now. A lot of you guys are moms, probably. I don't know if you guys have a hard time making mom friends as I do, but sometimes it's hard and it's awkward. But this business and this team coaching, it helped me feel alive again. And you're gonna fail. And you're gonna have a conversation that doesn't go the way you intended it to. And you're gonna feel like you're falling flat on your face, because it happens to every single one of us. And all you have to do is stand up and dust yourself off and keep going and keep showing up and keep leaning in to us. Every single one of us have failed multiple times. The reason that we're still here is because, and gotten to the level of success that we have, is because we don't give up. The only way that you can fail at this business is to quit. And to be one of those people that turns into a statistic of, oh, so-and-so, quit their MLM 3 months after they signed up. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I did stick it out through some of those harder months in the beginning when I was trying to figure things out, because I did not want to be one of those people that starts a business and then all of a sudden it like fizzles out after a couple months. It's not that you're overwhelmed in the beginning. It's just new. And you have to give yourself permission to learn an entirely new business in a very short amount of time. Do you know how many years they made me go to school before I could be a nurse and actually touch people? I had to go to school for a long freaking time before I could actually lay hands on a patient, okay? And even then, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Do you know how many people I had to practice doing assessments on and listening to their heart and lungs, because I didn't know like what the heck I was actually hearing when I was listening to them, But it just takes to keep showing up and keep doing the things and keep practicing, and you're going to get like a well-oiled machine, and it's going to get more and more comfortable, and it's going to get better and better. And the best part is you're going to keep setting these goals that are going to make you uncomfortable, because as soon as you start to get comfy and you feel like you're like getting in a groove, that's the time to up the ante, because if you're not being challenged, you're going to start to go stagnant. Okay. It's one of the really cool things about this business. I know it's like stressful, but it's just one of those things where like I love constantly being challenged, because it keeps turning me into a better and better person. I become a better wife. I become a more patient mom. I'm able to have conversations with people, not even like business wise, but like conversations with my family, like with my parents or with my sister, that I never would have done years ago, because of the person that I've developed into because of coaching. The person that brought me into this business, she reached out her hand and invited me to coaching. And even though she does not coach anymore, the person that brought me into this business does not coach anymore. And even though she doesn't coach, she changed my life, and she changed my kids' lives and my husband's life. And there's like 700 people in my downline who you all have to thank, because she invited me when I was that silent cricket challenger who didn't say a single word for her first 21-day fixed challenge group. And instead of writing me off, she invited me to a sneak peek, and I got to see her coach, Haley, present on the coaching opportunity. And my interest was piqued, even though I told her I only wanted it for the discount. And it's just like blows my mind sometimes to sit back and think like 3 years ago, what if I had made that decision to like not do it or to pull back, or like, what would I be doing right now? Like, what would our team look like right now? What would a lot of you guys be doing right now? Because you get to be that person for somebody else. You might be the only other person in the world that believes in someone enough to offer your hand and say, you get to change your life, sister, and I'm going to help you do it. What other job do you get to do that?
I have one thing I want to say along the lines of that last slide with, failing forward. You're going to set goals and you're going to fall short. You're going to set goals and you're going to exceed them. But just like Logan said, you just can't give up either way. Like, I had hit a goal of getting my second CBC to diamond by the 15th, and I didn't hit it. But guess what? I still got 4 more coaches signed up under my second CBC than I would have if I hadn't even set any goal. And now, instead of like being bummed about it or disappointed in myself, I set a new date for, 20 days from today. Okay, 20 days from today, I'm going to try to get it diamond. I'm going to work to get it diamond. So you just set new goals. You don't get disappointed or discouraged that you didn't hit them. You just keep on trucking. And then the other thing I have to do is I have to give Sharon a shout out because she's a brand new coach and she is on the call tonight and already asking 100 questions, which we love because that means that she's like very eager to learn and be successful. And she is actually a lead that was assigned to Nicole Allen, who I think had sports with her kiddos tonight. But so Nicole Allen is her coach, and Sharon, when did you sign up? Just recently, right? Just within the last couple days?
Yeah, just within the week.
Yeah, so awesome. Thank you so much for hopping on. It's seriously, these calls
Thanks
are
for
amazing.
inviting me.
Yeah, these calls, we have them the first and third Tuesday of every month. And, we talk about different topics, but they are really important to plug into because it fires you up. It gets you excited. It gives you that belief that you need to keep going and that this is a real business opportunity and a real opportunity to change not only your life, but so many others. So thank you so much for being here. And anytime you have questions, the team page is a perfect spot. And, we're here to help you be successful. So don't hesitate to ask for help, girl.
One thing on thinking about failing, because you guys, we're challenging you guys to set big goals in your business, in your life. Hopefully they, like I said, they're always intertwining you guys. You can't separate them. There's going to be what you feel like is failure. But like Logan said, the only way to fail at this is if you quit. But here's another thing. You have to allow yourself to get in situations where you feel like you failed. Does that make sense? You have to take the action steps. You have to take chances. You have to step out of your comfort zone and put yourself in those situations where it may not turn out the way you hoped, right? And like we talked about at the beginning of this year, our theme was like failing big. And it was like, wait, what? We don't want to fail big. Like, we want to do some really cool things. But putting ourselves out there to fail big has allowed us to have really, really huge success. You guys, all failure is it puts you in a place where you have 2 choices, all right? You have the choice to be defeated, to retreat, sit back in the corner and say, well, guess this wasn't for me. Or you have the choice to say, well, that sucked, but I'm going to try it again tomorrow. And I'm going to tweak it this way, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take another chance, and I'm going to do it again. And you guys, I can tell you from experience, the only way to succeed is to take the second route, right? To say, well, that sucked. Maybe even have yourself a little pity party. We all have to have those every once in a while. But as long as you get back up and you try it again, you tweak a few things, I promise you guys, you will have success, whatever that success means for you and what those goals are for you. All right. And so I did just want to make sure, like, you can't sit here on these calls and catch up on like recordings and trainings and just be like an information collector and then play it safe and not do anything because you don't want to be rejected, or you don't want to feel defeated, or you don't want to feel like this isn't for me. You have to get off the sidelines and you have to take action and make yourself a little bit vulnerable, but be prepared for it. And just know when that happens, you're going to get back up and you're going to try it again. And you've got an incredible tribe of ladies right here on this call and several hundred more in our team page that aren't even here to pick you back up and help you try it again the next day. Okay. We've all been there. We're all there multiple times a day, most of the time. I'm willing to bet that I have been told no more today than some of you have been told all month. And that's not because a lot of people tell me no. It's because I've been talking to more people than you guys have. Okay, that's the only reason you see different numbers on Success Club boards or volume or whatever it is. The only reason, because we talk to more people, all right? We put ourselves out there more. We fail a whole lot more, all right? So you guys, I'm going to share the PDF so that you guys can go back and look at the vision statements and mission statements and all that kind of good stuff. But really want you to take the time to write those out. Write them out. Don't think about it. Okay? There's power in writing things out. If you have to put your vision on a sticky note and put it on your mirror so you see it every day, or maybe you have, you can create like a vision board picture that's your screensaver. You see it every day, whatever it is. You got to do it. I want you to do it. Okay? And then go take the action to get there. All right. Logan, do you have, I know we talked a little bit about like a call to action for the end of this call. When we talked about like sharing our mission statement, what if instead we revisited like our vision boards? And because there are a lot of new people on the team, there's a lot of people who never did theirs and posted it in the team page. That would be me. Maybe Logan, will you share yours that you made, and you can update yours later, but share yours that you made this summer. And what I want you guys to do is put some of those, not some of them, put your big goals on there, put your big visions on there and share it with the team, because there's something about putting it out there into the universe, speaking it out loud, sharing it with somebody else to hold you accountable to living that extraordinary life, right? So Logan, you want to share a little bit just about like creating those vision boards, and then we can be done and let everybody go invite.
Like how I made mine?
Yeah.
All I did, you guys, was take a picture of my face. It was a headshot, I think, but you do not have to have professional headshots. Like, stand in front of your window right here. This is my selfie window. So I have two selfie windows. I have one right here in my bedroom, and I got one out in my kitchen. If you go look at any like picture on my social media that's like a selfie, it's going to be, you're either going to see my bedroom or like my kitchen behind me. So get some good lighting. Okay. It doesn't have to be a professional headshot, and take a picture of yourself. Try to, you can even like set up your phone and do like the self timer so that you could kind of step back far enough a little bit so that you have some room around you to put some text. Okay. And then, in the past, I've used Canva, which I do on my computer. You can do it on your phone too. There's an app. And I kind of like that one because it saves your image. So I can go in and like tweak it rather than like creating a whole new one. Or just when you're making your very first one, just upload the picture into WordSwag if you don't have that app, WordSwag. And then you can just add text in like all the fun different little fonts and stuff kind of around your face and everything. And it's pretty powerful. So that's going to be your action item. Your other action item is to take part in my inviting challenge that I posted in the team page today. I just shared an example of an invite that I've been doing to people that are watching my Instagram stories. And I was like, I haven't been actively inviting from my stories, Truth Bomb, which I was like feeling guilty because I was like, keep telling you guys, like, go invite everybody who's watching your stories. And then I wasn't even doing it. So I was like, if I'm asking them to do it, I need to freaking show up and do it. And I started getting back like some positive responses from people that I'd like never even talked to before. That was super exciting. But even though I got back those like 3 like, yeah, interested in info, like responses, I had to send out way more invites, like 25 or 30 or something to get back those like 3. Okay. So it's a numbers game. You want more yeses, you got to talk to more people. Whoever sends out the most invites by tomorrow night, and you check in like on that thread on our system, you're going to get a tank top. My computer's about to die.
Love it. All right, everybody ready to go dream and invite others to dream with us?
Before we do, we have to take a picture.
Yes.
But I'm going to have to take a couple because there's like 2 screens because there's so many people on here. I don't want to leave people out. So make sure everyone has, Jesse, I'm looking at your deer. There you go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Make sure I got that. Now I'm going to go to the second page. Okay. Everyone smile awkward again because I don't know who's actually going to show up on what page. So everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yay. You share those in the team page.
Sure will.
Go share those on your Instagram stories. FOMO. They need to be on these calls. Be on our team. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. I know it's taking time away from your family, but it's super important to be on these calls and be surrounded by our team and just helping you to build your business and do all the things. We love you so much, and I will do my best. I'm not making promises but I will do my best to have this call uploaded in our team page by tomorrow, along with the PDF, so you guys can go back and look at it. But all right, go invite and go create those vision boards. Talk to y'all later. Bye.